everyone. This is Totally Sassy TV from the 803. I am here to do a review of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 14, Episode 1. Ooh, okay. It was pretty good. I think some parts of it to me were rehearsed, but nevertheless, it was better than 13, okay? Before we get started, let's remember, everyone, that this channel is, and all the content is alleged, and in my opinion, it is for learning purposes, it is for research, it is just for sheer entertainment, okay? Before we get started, I just wanted you to know, even if we have the proof to back up the proof, to back up that proof, guess what, sis? It's still alleged. Yes, it is. So while you guys are listening to my content and commenting along with me, how about hitting that like button and share it and subscribe and comment, okay? And let's get to it. All right. So it starts off with Kenya. For all you guys that know that Kenya was on Dancing with the Stars. This has been a long life journey, dream for her. She always have dreamed about being on Dancing with the Stars. And so she made it happen. Okay. And I must say, she did a wonderful job. She did good. I mean, not good enough to win, but she did good, okay? Her little partner, dance partner, Brandon, I think production tried to make it look like she was crushing on the little guy. Come on, y'all. Let's not do that. But anyway, as they were finishing up their dance routine, here comes Marlotta. Marlotta comes in with her short wig, being Rizzo from a character that Kenya did on Dancing with the Stars, and that was one of her best performances. She had her little short wig on, honey, her little black dress, and she comes in slithering. Gives Kenya a hug. Kenya's very happy to see her. They're happy to see each other. They talk, they laugh, and then here comes Candy Cane and her black and white. Didn't like that on her. I didn't think it, I don't know. I didn't like it. It kind of gave me City Trend vibes or something. You know, nothing wrong with that, but it really did. And it was Louis, but all Louis ain't good Louis. Anyway, it might look good on somebody taller, maybe younger. Put it that way, younger. And so they all sit around, they're laughing, they're talking, and honey, here comes the iconic sayings. Who gonna check me, boo? I just tugged the wig a little bit, you know, just a drip. And here comes Miss Sheree, looking glamorous, always looking good, honey. Sheree always looks good, okay? So she comes in, they all sit around, they kiki and cat-can, which is a great way to start the show, okay? I really love this energy, you know. It's not giving me people being mean energy or fakeness. They're actually being transparent and open and talking and laughing, even throwing some shade in there, but nobody got mad about it. It was fun shade, put it that way. You know, all shade ain't bad shade, you know. Anyway, they go on and they get to talking about the men. So of course Kenya got to know if Sheree and Tyrone are doing the do. Ooh, my hair poking out. And Sheree, how was it, child? Was it good? What? Tell us about it. Yeah, Sheree, tell me. Sheree said it was quick. Okay. You had a woman dip down and it was quick, okay? She goes on to talk about that, you know, he is in Philadelphia. That is where he's paroled. And that is where she goes at least once or twice a month, and they're practicing celibacy. Everybody's like, what? Abstinence? What? Huh? What? Wait a minute. The man been in jail 5 years now? And he gets out, and the first thing he wants is a little nookie for the cookie, and y'all practicing abstinence? Don't do that. He ain't had none, girl. He gonna be in them streets looking for some, okay? And her reasoning is, well, I want to know if he really loved me or not. Nah, girl, he been with you 4 years in jail. He's still with you outside the jail. What else do you need? Sheree, we do not need this love after lockup mess. We don't want it. It's already a series on TV. We don't want it. Okay, get you a man, honey. Anyway, they go on. They get to talking about Candy and Todd Tucker, the Tuckers. And Candy says that, they, used to do it 5 times a week all the time. But now she said, when they get in the bed, they turn on the TV and all they do is sleep. Well, what you expect when you got 50 jobs? You got the CHILE, you got the restaurants, you got your sex party thingies, and you got all this stuff going on, and then when it comes down to taking care of your man, you fall asleep. Okay. But anyway, so Kenya said, Marlo, weren't you dating this guy? And Marlo was like, yeah. She said, I was dating, I am dating. And she said, and I was just talking to a guy. She said that we talked on the phone and just conversed back and forth. And she said that, she's kind of perplexed because she don't know what he does for a living. And Candace said, bitch, we don't know what you do for a living. Marlo's like, help us, y'all don't start that, blah, blah, this. And then they was like, what do you do for a living? Where do your money come from? She said, y'all know I used to date a billionaire. And Kenya was like, 15 years ago. And then Kenya says, yeah, but that money don't last too long. Well, Kenya, if you were dating a billionaire, he done paid off your condo, your mama's house, and plus put a couple of mil in your pocket. That couple of mil could last me, baby. I don't know what kind of spending you're doing, but a couple of mil, 5 mil would last me and my children for a good while. You hear me? Because I'm frugal. And so they proceed to ask, what's down my face? Oh, sorry, y'all. They go and proceed to ask Kenya about her divorce, and Kenya's like, Mark won't sign the papers. She said that they went on vacation back in June, which was Father's Day, because I remember the picture. And she said he has not seen Brooklyn since then, and he just do not want to sign the papers. And everybody at the table was like, what? We thought y'all was divorced. How long is this going to go on? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I'm ready for him to sign them papers. So Sheree was saying, dang, this is in her confessional, this is a different side of Kenya, because Kenya was a bitch, a mean bitch at that. And so Sheree was like, it's good to see her laughing and, open and cutting up, and this is a different side since she's had little Brookie. Maybe this is softening her. Girl, don't be fooled by that. He ain't softening. Whatever. So it goes on to Marlo and her nephews. They are some handsome little young men, okay? She wants them to always remember where they come from, because now they're wearing Yeezys and riding in, expensive cars and wearing expensive shoes, and they go from eating out every day to eating healthy meals. She's being a auntie, which is a mom auntie, and that's true. And sometimes you need a little disruption in your life to put you back balanced, okay? So your nephews are very lucky to have a auntie like you. I enjoyed seeing that little soft part of Marlo. It was very genuine. Okay, it was very real for her, for me. I mean, I can tell. So it goes on. Next, they introduced this Juicidora and her husband, child. They riding around in the car. They going to meet Miss Sanya Sams and her husband. Y'all, Sanya's husband is fine. He is good looking dude though. He fine now. Ooh, he chocolate, that beautiful smile and that little goatee with that little, that distinguished little gray right there. He fine. Sanya Sams, for all you don't know, she is a 4-time gold medalist, Olympian gold medalist for the fastest woman ever in the 400 meters. Okay? Okay. And then here come production talking about you also won the bronze. She said, "Oh no, we don't talk about that." Okay, sis, tell her we ain't gotta talk about that. We got 4 gold. What do I need to bring a bronze up for? Stop with that. Anyway, they meet up with Drew Sidora and Drew's husband and Sanya and her husband. His fine still. Drew's husband finally too. He opened his damn mouth. His mouth. Oh my goodness. He just act dumb sometimes. But I did find it funny that when they were riding in the car, he talking about he went to Rutgers and he made a basketball team. Come to find out the nut didn't never play basketball. He just sat on the line. Boy, I wouldn't even told nobody that. You hear me? I wouldn't told a soul that. Okay? But anyway, they go on. They are working out with this Sam's because Drew has this new weight loss program for mothers and everyday women that are fat, that are dealing with weight loss. Hormones of having babies, can't get your metabolism back right. So they are doing this Drop It with Drew. And so it's going to consist of meal preps and exercise and all that. Okay. Okay, Drew. Oh, I mean, we all got to make that change. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, they get to working out and Sanya, I like this Sanya. Sanya a little firecracker, but she's Jamaican. They're gonna be firecrackers anyway, honey. They can come clean and come cut ya. You hear me, man? Anyway, she said the way Drew and her husband work out, it's like they worked out a day in their life. She said they over here huffing and puffing and sweating and came out, and we hadn't even broke a sweat. And it was hilarious. It was too funny because Drew was sweating and panting like an old bull, and her husband over there, he got muscles, but he ain't like a football player, honey. The football player is conditioned. Okay, so Sanya, come on now. They might work out, but they're not conditioned like you and your husband. Okay, y'all conditioned. Y'all can run and run and run. Like me, I might work out, but I ain't conditioned yet. My body ain't there yet. Okay, but it's getting there, sis. It's getting there. But anyway, Drew goes on to talk to Sanya about her and her husband's problems, okay, and she tells her about the assistant he hired and how she texted him and she would like to give him a massage, and he had over there telling Sanya's husband, Drew went in on the girl and this and that. Of course, men are always going to tell their wrong side of the story, okay, and Ralph, he need to stop for real. He need to stop. He's a married man, got kids, talking about he gonna write a book on how to be the perfect stepfather and blah, 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 blah. Whatever. And so, then they get together and Sanya and Drew decide they're gonna run against one another. Child. Sanya just teep, 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 teep. Drew running like she was running out the plantation for a pork chop. You hear me? Girl, Drew was running, them little legs were getting it, and Sanya was like, I mean, she got over there. Girl, Drew. Okay, let's move on from that. So anyway, it goes on. Kenya is at her place. I never go in order. Okay, I just skip around because some of the stuff is not important to me. But I get it. So Kenya goes around and they swing around to Kenya's house, and Kenya is there with Brandon and little Brookie with her cute self. Oh, she is a doll baby. Love her. And Kenya hears the doorbell, and so she sends Brandon down, and Brandon's like, Kenya, the door is for you. And so she goes to the door, and this beautiful young lady with a laptop, and she opens it up, and it's an invitation to what's her name? Marlotta. La Archive. Archive. Her display of vintage clothing event. And right from the jump, Kenya shades. But I have to agree. I wouldn't have did that. I would have sent maybe, I would have sent first class, beautiful envelope, beautiful, just like a vintage envelope that is just diamond out and vintage, and to make sure the dimensions of it represents a dimension. I would have had it elegant. And then when they opened it, it just opens, and it just opens all the way up like a scroll, and then it would have the event on here. And each one of their birthdays, I would have put a little, ruby or diamond right there for the period or something, something vintage on it. I would have done it up. You hear me? But okay, Marlo, if that's what you like, kind of gave me Karen Hugo with the doves. Okay, epic fail. But anyway, so they all get it, they all shade, and poor Drew, she gets, and she's like, okay, Marlo, if that's what you like, you like. But anyway, they go on, and then Drew invites Sanya and Candy. Lord, y'all, why can't I think today? Sanya and Candy to her house to taste the meal prep to make sure that it was up to par. And being that Candy is in the restaurant business and Sanya is very athletic, she wants both of them to give their input, which is good. Now, what I didn't like when Candy came in, that darn assistant, what's up, baby? Baby, I'm like, you doing too much, okay? Get back there and do your role, do your job. Stop trying to be famous, baby. It didn't work, okay? Candy was like, what? Who is that? Hey, get that dude away from me. Come on. Okay, so they get in there and they have, I think it's shrimp and squash. It looked good. Candy said it was good. So if Candy said it was good, it's good, because that child like to eat. You hear me? And Sanya even said it was good. It must have been because they tore it up. You hear me? So they get to talking, and they actually talk about Sanya told Candy about the talk they had. Okay, Bone Collector Jr., BJ. It kind of threw Drew off a little bit, but she was like, yeah, then this will happen. And she said, well, what happened? Candy was like, what did you say? What was the girl's name? She said, I don't know her name. But you said you fired her. But you don't know the name. But anyway, Drew, you got to get together. Honey, you need to be more authentic. This is not a scripted television show. This is authentic, and just tell the truth and shame the devil. Stop. Don't. I like you, Drew, but you're coming out fake, okay? And that's why everybody coming at you. You need to be authentic, honey. Be authentic. Be real. Be about it. Be who you are, okay? Stop trying to fake it, baby. You can't fake it to make it on this. You got to be real on this one, okay? So anyway, here come Ralph. Boom. How y'all know? Y'all must, I know what y'all talking about. How you know? Candace like, what? Where you come from? How you know? Y'all know Ralph be spying on them in that house. Oh, crazy. That's a, you spying on them, got cameras in the house. Not my house, you wouldn't, bro. You wouldn't be spying on me. I'll be spying on you. Okay? With you going to Tampa and all this mess, and y'all ain't resolved that yet. Y'all thought y'all resolved that at the reunion. Okay? Anyway, y'all want to keep on with mess, y'all keep right on. But let me tell you, it couldn't be me, Drew, because he would have told me who that whoever was, or I would have got the address and found out. Okay? Okay. But anywho, she's talking about, even when she was talking to Sanya, that, you know, she packed her stuff and she left and went to Chicago. Y'all some running people. He run to Tampa when y'all get mad. You run to Chicago, then you come back. Ain't no way in the hell I'm leaving my house. If anybody leave, it'll be him. Okay? So that was the end of that. Okay? So they go and they getting ready, showing Marlo with the setup with the archive events. Now, a lot of people didn't get the events, but I got it. Being an artist, being a photographer, I understand the vision. This was like a museum of and she wanted it to be classy, elegant, and quiet, and with subtle music, and each piece told a story. So I get it. And to be honest with you, that idea of renting clothing to movies, and stuff like that, that's a great idea. Some people like, don't nobody want Marlo stuff. But honey, let me tell you, say for instance they're making a movie about J-Lo and they need that dress that J-Lo had. She can now make money off of that dress that she has, and just to rent for that 7-day period. Do you know how much money she can make for that? And then they can return it. So yes, I got the vision, what she was doing. It was like an event. You know how you go to a museum and you're sipping your champagne. You might eat a little hors d'oeuvre. You're looking at the beautiful art. It's quiet. You're mingling. Everybody's looking at everything. That's the vibe I got. It's like a Met Gala kind of vibe. Like, you don't go in there, you expect, I didn't expect a runway. When she said vintage, to me, a vintage visual is that. That was brilliant to me. I don't know about you guys, but I liked it. I liked the idea that she did. And she did break it down, who wore this, with this, this and this. So Marlo, bravo sis, you did that. I liked it. The venue was the most beautiful place I've seen. I'm telling you, it was gorgeous. And all those vintage clothing that she had, they were nice. I mean, come on, y'all. Stop hating on Marlo. Marlo did it. And even though y'all didn't get, some of them didn't get the vision, I got it. Okay? Because it's elegant. It's classy. It's laid back. And it's a part where you can go and look at each piece and say, oh, yeah, I remember so-and-so when she wore this and this and that. Dang, she kept that up. That is gorgeous. Feeling on this stuff and, stuff like that. So come on now. Give Marlo her props, okay? So, of course, everybody's there. Sanya's there. Her and Drew dressed in the same color. They look good. Drew her bun, and Sanya, she looked good. And Candy's, I don't know what Candy had on, but she need to go back and take that off. Because that thing, she look like a biscuit under pressure, honey. You hear me? She look like, those biscuits in the thing, and then they get hot, and then you hit it, and it said, poof. That's what she looked like. Because that was too tight, and it did not look good at all. Candy. Come on, girl. And, so, Drew looked really good and all that. So, but I'm going to back it up a little bit. So, go back to Drew and Candy and Sanya at the house. So, Drew goes to tell them that she had a mommy makeover. That she had a hysterectomy, and she said, why y'all in there? Just go ahead and give me a tummy tuck, do me a little mommy makeover. And she said since she's been on Drop It with Drew, she's lost 25 pounds in 3 weeks. Drew, you lost 25 pounds through liposuction and tucking, okay? Stop lying. And when they showed them pictures, child, let me move on. I ain't about to shaming nobody, but Drew, no, baby. And then Candy gonna come back with something, but child, you still thick. Yeah, Drew, baby, you lost 25 pounds from sucking and tucking and sewing and blowing, okay? That's what you did. They sucked it out of you, they tucked it down, they sewed it up, and they blew it out somewhere else, okay? Because let me tell you, baby, you still got a little ways to go, okay? You got a little ways to go. But I understand, but you got a little ways to go. Moving to the next part. Anyway, we're going to the event, okay? Like I said, I enjoyed the event. The event was gorgeous. Kenya comes in with this white dress on, sheer boots, hair in a ponytail. She looked good. I mean, she looked good. Yeah, she looked good. The dress was pretty. I wouldn't have worn boots with that type of dress, but I mean, it was all right. She looked vintage. She did. She looked vintage. They get to talking, of course, and throwing shade at Marlo's event. Marlo is almost 2 hours late. She in there talking about take a break. V, you need to get out here and greet your guests. You are the star of this event. You should be out here telling about the pieces that you're presenting here. But you're up here worried about what you look like. Now, the first dress Marlo came out in, she looked absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. I did. That was pretty. But when she popped out there in that second strawberry candy looking dress that Sheree said her grandma used to have in a way down in her purse, and she pull it out and it stuck to the paper, and then you pop it in my, it tastes a little bit like a perfume, and then after a while it goes off. That's what she gave me. Girl, Marlo, that was no, no, that was not pretty. And speaking of Marlo, I do want to go back on one thing. When they was talking about her edges, and Kenya said, well, how are your edges? Now, I did at one point, at this itty bitty point, thought she was throwing shade, but she didn't. She said, did you have the implants and this and that? And Marlo was like, yes, child. And they shaved her hair, they put the implants on her edges, and she said she would never do that again. And then they showed the edges, and she got a damn lace front on. What? God, we want to see your edges, not a wig. What is she talking about? The fakeness. Come on, y'all. Get it together. Get it together. Let's go back to the event. So anyway, they go on and they shading each other, and Sanya told Marlo that they were shading her event, her invitation, and Marlo was upset about it. You know what I'm saying? She was like, whatever. And before we get to that though, Marlo, they was, like I said, they was talking about each piece, and then Drew said, ooh, can I rent this one? She said, are you working? In other words, you got money coming in. Why is everybody on Drew? Y'all, come on now. Get a girl time. Give her a chance. And then Marlo was like, I'm just kidding, girl. This and that. And then she talking about something. She stood up and seen the back of Drew's head. She said, Drew, do you have a bun in the back of your head? Oh, the shade was real. The shade was real. So they all sit down, and first thing they do, they talk about, Sanya told Marlo this, and then they was like, Sanya, why would you? Child, I Sanya. And Marlo goes off on Kenya. And I'm like, why go off on Kenya like Candy? And all I'm saying, well, Drew even said, it was all of us. It wasn't just Kenya. So she was like very upset and disappointed about that. But nevertheless, she let it go and flew on off, and the event was a success. Okay. It was a good first, a good start for this season. It was very calm and genuine, and it seemed like a bunch of girlfriends getting together, shading a little bit, laughing a little bit. Nobody's mad, nobody's this. This is what I like. Okay. Okay. So you guys tell me what you think about it. I'll probably come back because I know I missed a few things, but I will come back because I want to do a confessional look. So, and we're going to grade the confessional looks. Okay. So let's do that in a little while, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Now, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you want to donate to the channel, is $ Teresa Lindsay 12 on Cash App, and then Zelle. You just type in my name and it should come up. Okay. I will take whatever you give me. I am not choosy, but I would love for you to subscribe and donate. And I'm also going to be on Patreon, and I will have that information up in a little while. I have not started posting, but I will. Okay. So you guys, thank you for your comments. Thank you for my 500 subscribers, and it's over 5 now. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for donating. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, love you. Thank you so much. And be safe out in these streets. And self-love is the best love, okay? Talk to you in a little bit, maybe about a couple hours, okay? Take it easy.